We are keeping an eye on the Texas Senate seat. Republican Ken Paxton and Democrat James Talarico kept up their attacks against each other. Paxton visited Washington, D.C., where he met with Senate Republican leaders who had backed the four-term incumbent, Senator John Cornyn. But after Paxton's blowout win, Senate Republican leaders embraced the Attorney General and will help him raise money. On Tuesday night, Paxton met with President Trump in the Oval Office. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick was also there. President Trump has said he will campaign with Paxton in Texas. The Attorney General and his wife, State Senator Angela Paxton of McKinney, have agreed to cancel their divorce trial that was supposed to start later this month. Mrs. Paxton filed for divorce last July, saying it was on, quote, biblical grounds. In a statement, Mr. Paxton's attorneys said, quote, the parties have made substantial progress toward an amicable resolution of all issues and remain engaged in productive discussions. We are optimistic that a final agreement will be reached in the near future. For the first time since the election, Senator Cornyn returned to Washington, and he stood his ground when asked if he stands by his criticisms of Paxton during the hard-fought campaign.
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you think he's fit to serve here?
Well, I've said no, he's not. But again, he won the race fair and square. It's really, you know, if you run for elections, you have to learn to trust the voters and their judgment. But I don't think the story is over. I think it's just beginning. We'll see what happens in November.
Democrat James Talarico has been hitting the campaign trail, and he made his final stop of a 5-city tour in Plano in Collin County, Paxton's home base. His campaign said nearly 4,000 people showed up at the Plano Center on Monday night. Talarico criticized Paxton's ethics.
Ken Paxton has escaped accountability, but accountability is coming on November 3rd. Ken Paxton is everything that's wrong with this broken system. He does not serve us. He serves himself.
And in southern Dallas on Tuesday, Talarico visited Smokey Joe's Barbecue, where he ate some Texas barbecue with the owner and Dallas State Senator Royce West. Talarico blamed the rising cost of beef on President Trump's tariffs and said he would end the tariffs and suspend the tax on diesel fuel to help lower costs. His stop here comes as he has sought to distance himself from past comments on video, highlighted by Paxton and other Republicans, in which he said people should eat less meat because of climate change, and that his previous campaign was non-meat and promoting vegan products. I asked Talarico about this. You've pushed back very hard. You wanted us to see you eat barbecue inside. You posted that photo several weeks ago. You're out here holding this news conference. Did they get under your skin a little bit on this? When you made those comments years ago about having a non-meat campaign and you were promoting vegan products, what was going through your mind? Why was that important to you at that point?
Well, the reason we're here is because we want to use some of the humorous back and forth on the campaign trail about veganism to make a serious point about rising food prices, particularly the rising price of beef. And the fact that we've got iconic Texas barbecue joints that are at risk of closing because of these crazy tariffs, because of the Argentinian bailout that undercut Texas cattle ranchers. We want to draw real spotlight to these issues.
I wanted to follow up real quick about, your comments back in 2022 or whenever it was that started all this.
Well, like I said, I've been in public service now for 4 terms. I have sometimes missed the mark with statements that I've made, but I think with the rising price of beef, we may all be forced to be vegans.
Talarico has proven to be quite a big fundraiser. He announced that he raised $3 million in the first 24-hour period after Paxton defeated Cornyn in the Republican runoff. Governor Greg Abbott recently brushed that aside.
We saw it when Beto ran for Senate. We saw it when Beto ran against me for governor. And the Democrats get all excited. But this is the year when Texas is going to turn blue, but it never pans out. And there's a reason why it doesn't pan out. And that's because of the policies and positions that have been taken by these candidates.
During Talarico's event in Plano, the Democratic nominee for governor, Gina Hinojosa, also addressed the crowd. She discussed her plan to address health care.
I will guarantee health care to every single Texas child. and rein in the health insurance companies that charge us more but make it harder to see the doctors that we need and get the medication that we need.
Hinojosa is running her first campaign ads that will stream during the NBA Finals.